it a little bit, but I think that this has kind of balanced out itself more so.
Of course, I mean, at the end of the day, it is ENCE on the other side of things. I'd be surprised if they weren't the favorites coming into it, but coming into this round, it looks like forZe want to hit into the B site. Well, the defense is very stacked up, but so far they aren't able to get anything on a one-for-one trade as the dualies ring off at the B site. Now Dia doubling down, and it's up to Jerry and Norway to try to get this bomb into the site. It's already dropped in the laps, and the CTs, and the dualies started off with kind of hard, just walking into the B steps without even taking a lick of damage.
I take that. You don't want to start off too cold there, but nice start from Nori. Just spamming down through the smoke. He's able to kick things off with an opening. Snappy kind of have to be aware of multiple different angles. Hearing Jerry's footsteps heading forward. He's going to fall back into towards a more passive play. He doesn't have a smoke here, so if the fights do come through, it might be worse for wear. And another opening. Kinsey now holding down the line. Good for one as well.
Snappy's going to hear all these players stepping outside a cave, and he can't get anything done. Jerry with another one. And now it looks like ENCE are leveled out in this round. Dia and Spinks are both stacked up at the right side of the map, but if forZe take their sweet time. And there's no way they can lose this one. The only way you can lose it is if you let yourselves. Trying to continue working these picks. Dia almost goes for one in cave. Jerry doesn't overexpend just yet. And now with Spinks trapped up behind his smoke, it is going to rely on Dia. This time gets nothing done at this B site, and it leaves it all up to Spinks. As he swings through, he'll find two, maybe, yeah.
Oh.
Denies the off a save.
There's two players to deal with this, and Madden in a good position to find at least one here, right? This should be a kill, depending on what angles they check.
I mean, still swinging through. You don't really have the advantage here as a key, but still somebody needs to offer up a kill. Damage, yeah, sure, it's nice, but you can't take it forever. You eventually need to deliver with a frag or two, and Maiden does just that. With armor on his back as well, he's recovered an AK, 30 seconds to go, and he just holds the angle in cave. You've either got to peek in or just get spammed down. He's gotten a double, and it leaves it up to Shalfie. Recovered off again, but this time only good for one as Spinks locks it right.
There's certainly no op in sortie. Deagle and Shalfie, Sands. Seems like early aggression being thrown out towards A. They might just try and go for a fast play here. The smoke's already riding on in.
I like it. I like it. Changing the pace, seeing what they can't get done to ENCE, but they're ready for this aggression to come through. Dia already gets the first. The rotations have been called for. Spinks, yeah, he takes damage, but they're still locking in these frags. Hades deep in CT spawn with his office activated. And he's dropped the bomb, forcing them to go in for this B commitment, rather A commitment, and Snappy's gone another. Shalfie again. He's already been left in so many clutches. He's the star of the show for this forZe roster. But what can he star off in this round? Hades, maybe he'll be falling in Temple. No. Jumps across to the offense, allowed some safekeeping. Swinging in from Donut. Again, only one. The trades have been on point for ENCE.
Going for some of this mid-aggression. Might be setting up a flashbang here for Snappy. Putting that smoke out. Oh, there's a little gap in that. He spots it, and he's good. So much damage. Just wild spray through the smoke. And now, Nori's starting this round off a really important one on such low HP.
They don't want to give up cave control just yet. Jerry still trying to jump around here, but the M4 of Snappy is just too strong. With that kill, you can see he wants to pull some aggression into the B steps where only Norway is waiting. We speak about him being on 3 health, but Snappy won't commit. Very disciplined across ENCE so far, and it's not even like a patient discipline. It's just all around where they'll find opening picks, they'll take map control, but they won't overextend. They play it so smart, and forZe just can't get anything going.
Snappy's been incredibly useful here as of recent in that cheated position. Yeehaw. Couple to deal with here. Spinks lets one slip the gap here, but Yeehaw's just ready for it. Posted up. Will he be ready for this close range angle? Has to find two, and he does, nailing them to the wall. Shalfie, last man standing. No idea what happened to the rest of his team here. He's going to try and whip his way up in towards cave, but again, they've spotted him out now, so there's no need to peek. I'll just wait for Snappy to hold this angle.
I mean, we just come into this round speaking about how ENCE have yet to have one where it's just convincingly building up the money, but this is going to be that. Clean sweep.
Cheetah position in this catwalk position as well. Spinks. A lot to deal with here, but no one's going to check him, it seems. Flash up comes through. A double flash. A third one comes through. They're just so blind for so long. Spinks only converts onto one kill, though, but still, what an incredible set of flashes. Yeehaw has to deal with this A aggression coming through. Has to be careful. Can't show his barrel. Oh, gives up a kill to Shalfie.
This is what I was worried about, man. These Deagles have just gotten another one and even a third.
What?
Everybody's falling left, right, and center. It leaves it to the star of the show in Hades. Coming into this series, we said a win condition was being able to shut this man down. But can they deny him the 1-on-3? Maybe not yet. Norway swings out with the trade, and forZe are still on the defense, and Donut trying to set up a little bit of a crossfire here. But that nade could finish the food of Dia. Still looking for one more. Spinks is dancing around the pillar, but he next to fall. 4 on 5. The A site is very much so compromised. The smokes have bloomed through. Hades has got to deliver. 1 or 2 required at the very bare minimum. This bomb's still yet to go down, though, so they're trying to delay for time. A flash to go into Temple, blinded up in his face. Jerry comes into the face of Hades, but the trades are tenfold there.
2 answers back here. They still have to figure out a way to punch in those numbers. Luckily for them, they do have a minute left, so they can remain their composure for now, but they need to make a move soon. Kenzie, looking to do that over in the right room. Has some of that mid-control look either. There's a pause in the action here, at least for now. Again, they're waiting for Kenzie's flank, waiting for his lurk. Zordy starting to punch in those numbers, might distract further away from the CT spot.
No
Snappy
way.
Pushing through the smoke, finds one. Now the op needs to have presence. Zordy is good for a kill. No trade delivered just yet. And again, that flank is going to be everything as Zordy continues to hold the line. Kenzie finds a finishing blow.
One time they don't do anything super aggro into A. The one time they leave it open at the start is the one time forZe are going to go in for a straight rush into the site. On the cross, Dia spotted, taken down ENCE. If you don't have somebody finding anything back through this donut smoke, I'd honestly start to consider this one a save.
Oh, then what a disaster here. At the moment, they're trying to figure out a way back into this. It is going to be so tricky here. Moving up, Madden looking for a proactive play. He hasn't been spotted just yet, but the number's already punched in, and so now they can get into post splits. Madden has just revealed his position, caught wide though is Zordy. Can't find anything, finds 2 kills now. Madden pulling this back with 15 kills to his name so far. Needs to make it a little bit more, and Jerry looking to deny that factor.
Still raining in this utility. It's Hellfire over on the A site, and somehow Madden's been allowed 3. A 1-on-2. Dorby, he's been quiet this whole game. One of the new recruits from forZe. He needs to show up big, but he can't. A big ball drop from forZe. They go into the site with a 4-on-5 with tons control. But nothing else goes their way. Madden with a beautiful 3K to shut it down. No kit. Still time for the defuse as he picks up the op. Let's get a 7th.
What a recovery, man. Doing a great work now to fill in the shoes.
They have been picking up the pieces, and it's probably integral to the reason as to why we see forZe this comfortable on the T side. Even though they're in the deficit, walking away 9-6 isn't that bad. ENCE are actually tonight's big losers in that facet, and that's if they get away with a 6th, rather without a 7th. 80s and Snappy both answer back as the A side take looks to be inbound once again. Spinks the only on the defense, but now assisted in by the op. There's a lot of players here joined up from ENCE. They should be able to deny this bomb plant, and I'd assume they're going to be able to close out this round. A lot of gaps to be exploited on this defense, and they exploit every single one of them. Only 1 kill won't go their way, but again, it's just a participation trophy for Shalpy.
There's a set of dualies on Diha's hands, though, once again. And we know how terrifying those could be.
Actually, some low-key banging dually skins. And they're all like 40 cents, which is the best part. Oh my god, look at the nade stack at the B ramp. So much damage inflicted, and they could use it to take it the distance. Jerry not able to replicate the success of Dia, the man himself. Still a couple of CTs over at this site, and they're all getting mowed down. It's a one-way funnel into Pain Town. These dualies still picked up, trying to do more damage. It's not done just yet, but as quickly as they were back into it. I didn't say in how many maps. I never said if it was 2-0 or 2-1.
You never said it on broadcast.
I mean on,
Oh.
Yeah, okay. He's lying. Totally.
Very nice, very nice. Production has it. Recorded.
Not fair.
You'll be exposed. You can't get away with anything, although you don't have to worry just yet. Hades, though, dropping. So maybe you will start to sweat there as Ori has found himself another kill on that B site defense right there. I mean, this is a 4v3 looking good in the opening gun round. Still need to convert, and they don't have this cave control. That can be utilized. But with the out presence waiting for this peak, Zordy doesn't miss these shots too often.
I mean, the problem is that there's only 2 smokes right now. You're really just gambling that everything's going to go right when you go for this initial exec into the B site. But they still need to get these smokes out, and if you don't, Zordy's going to do something like that where he continues to pick you apart one by one. And now he'll dance around the pillars. It seems like that was one of the 2 smokes being thrown through, rather that they had to throw in. So now it's just kind of all for nothing, because you got to cross over in the open of this bomb site and hope that a plant behind the pillar will work. And newsflash, it won't. 1-on-4 for Spinks as he gets something done. I mean, 1 is better than nothing, but they continue to give these 1v1 headshots.
Jeez.
I was a bit worried there. Even a couple of tags on Zordy, who uses the worry off an A-site take.
Well, I mean, In the meantime, though, you do see that
Oh,
slightly
no.
recovered ground here. And oh, Jerry aggressing. Doesn't spot anything towards Cat. I mean, there's 30 seconds left. What is the move here for ENCE now that they're a man down? They have to figure out a way to react accordingly. Shalfie showing his face a little bit, and there's no escape now with that molly coming in.
Hey, you've got to fight. And then they're not going to be able to get out of it alive. 2-for-2 trade as the A-site defense has crumbled. Rather, no, it hasn't. I thought they were taking down Kenzie, but no. He's still alive in Temple. This is what I was worried about. You let him maneuver around the site, and things could turn for the worst, but Hades, he's about to make a situation out of this. Back down into a one-on-one. Norby up through the smoke. The no-scope not going to connect. That's one of the B-side defenders. Jerry wants to once again walk up into the B steps, but Hades is posted this time. And it's ENCE breaking the ice. But they've been very slow on this T side, even with these picks. So we'll give time for forZe to pull rotations over accordingly, but maybe just letting them get in their own heads. Zordy could get this pick back, but he looks away at the worst time, wants to spin back in. But now, as D is crossed, things get a bit dicey. Spotting it out, and behind the smoke, he finds the kill before it pops. Now trying to pad their way into the site. They need to get this bomb down. They need to punch in the digits, trying to get the line up with the AWP. A lucky shot through the smoke could end it all, but no. Or maybe, no, it will. Okay. 2 shots at redemption, still peppering in bullets across this CT side. This time you won't be able to deny it, but now as the advantage swings the way of the CT, Zordy has gotten a triple. Spinks again left in a 1-on-3, this time way more winnable than the last, with HP to work with and an AK on his back. He'll have to lock in some beautiful conversions, but that's a start to the behind the smoke, doubles down, and he's going to be able to get away. There's an angle to be spammed down through this smoke to try to deny this defusal from coming through. Norby goes for the full stick. Pros don't fake. Speaks, you've been bamboozled. And forZe, stay alive for 14. Could potentially allow forZe to pick apart these 1v1s, but they don't go aggressive in this one. They just want to hold the line and see if they can't pass it up this defense to win the map. At this point, ENCE have a very, very big hole they have to crawl themselves out of. And with only 2 flashbangs, it's going to rely on what they can do with these AKs.
Be a big round here, potentially. They haven't spotted this boost in the last round, so reassembling it here, the setup that forZe are looking to gather.
That was smart, by the way. That was really smart. Jerry tried to fake it when he got a push to come through.
There's so much defensive setups here. There actually is a team kill in the mix. Nori finds the last 2 running through the smoke, and forZe, they close things out. No questions asked. Following suit in towards the ramp, and Kenzie is a sole defender.
ENCE, they've had really good reads on these pistol rounds, at least in going into sites, but how will that pan out in the long run here? They want to drop down and get into this lower bomb site, get the plant in before things start to get too far awry. Spotting Kenzie falling back into control as rotations have been made. Should be enough time to get this bomb down as the smoke blooms up on the single door, but someone needs to start delivering kills, and Snappy and Dia both do so. Trading it back out into the 3-on-3. Bomb still yet to be planted. It's been pressured so well from forZe, and that smoke's going to soon expire. It's going to all come down to kills. There's no way they're winning this on time or a bomb plant. Hades, another 1v3 required. He had a chance to get one over on Ancient, but missed it right at the last second. This could be another chance to make a name for himself on this series. And fairly quiet, and he's going to try to play the timer here.
He has a clock to work off of. He repositions in towards a single door. Might be able to catch one off guard here, but with this reposition from Zordy, it's going to be incredibly difficult. And he's just made a sound cue, not watching up right above him. And that's where the last GT on site remains. Although a missed shot, maybe there's potential. 80 is doing some damage, but no, Nori puts an end to things there. And forZe, they kick things off. An absurd KD overall in that map individually. Now he's starting things off on the T side, so he has to pull up with some great success. But I'll hold that thought as the A aggression coming through. There's only one player in the back of Silo to deal with. Shalfie offering up support, and Kenzie from Heaven does so as well, so we're back evens.
It's a bad mini smoke, and they can continue to try to abuse it on the cross, but Dia and Hades both lock him down. Zordy, this is probably the most winnable clutch we've seen all day, spamming them down! That was a lineup. The magic of the forZe CT side. We saw a lot of this over on Ancient, where even though it's a very favorable map of the CTs, they don't get over-aggressive. They hold the line and make sure that wherever ENCE go, it's battens down. It's I guess, a benefit of playing fairly passive here on this CT side. Snappy trying to sell a distraction by opening up the squeaky door. 30 seconds left to go. ENCE, they have to make a move here shortly, and now forZe spotting that they haven't dropped down lower. Still leaves a bit of a duty to this 1A defender in Norway, but all he's really got to do is deny this plant from going down and buy time. Alongside Jerry. I don't really think this round's looking that great for ENCE. The utility comes out, up and through. Madden dinked up but won't fall. I believe Norway's dropped down to the back of Silo, still isolating and annihilating. There's the bomb drop, and that might be the round falling with it. Somehow staying alive. 3 on the FAMAS, and ENCE gets swept away. ENCE with full outside control, still need to get into one of these sites.
They're going to do so. Who? Spotted out in the generator. Nice pickup there from Hades, but short-lived success. ENCE able to double down there. And a big double at that, leaving D-Hall on 3 HP as well. Worse for wear. But walking away from the situation, forZe could find a quick recovery in this round, but a collapse in towards A could be very strong. The reposition, they've made their way in towards Hut. Over on that CT side, you might not get caught off guard. Maiden, what will he see? 1, 2, he finds 2. Trigger discipline, but oh my God! Misses his opportunity in a big way. That's a heartbreaker.
Nico, no! Oh, man, that hurts. That hurts. And this round's going to be lost because of that one play. Expected to be on the angle. Oh, another miss, man. What is up with these whiffs in the past few rounds? Still not the end of days yet. Azori's come back with a double, even wants a third. Hades doesn't miss those freebies. We're still even Stevens in the 2-on-2. Only one to defend this lower site right now, but ENCE still taking their sweet time yet to actually go into one of them.
Split up the defense 1-to-1. This is a forward position here from ENCE. As they do want to walk in towards control, it could be disaster waiting on the other end, but instead they're going to open up that single door, and that does leave ENCE rather exposed. Now, revealing the position of the 2 remaining, the smoke will come out, but ENCE's reposition here hasn't shown his face just yet. They're going to plant inside the smoke once again. This cover is being held. Zordy, or rather Hades, was watching for that. That's so smart. That's so brilliant. Now Nori left last man standing with a big clutch of his own.
It's incredible. And does Norway want to even give this one an attempt, right? I'm sure the money is low. Or actually, hold on a second. I may have discounted him a bit too early. But Snappy on the off angle, reimbursed for the shot, picking the op right back up. Catching their breath when it comes to that regard. And ENCE, well, they're certainly not letting him catch up because his pace on the key side has been so overwhelming in the past few rounds, but so can forZe. We saw him get started with the op over on Ancient, where they're at, like, what was it, 3 back-to-back triple kill rounds?
Yeah. I mean, he was the closer in that last map, and now he's looking to try and find success off the back of that timeout. They really should be able to do so. 5v2. How are they going to pull this one back here for Spinks and Diha?
I don't know if it's about pulling it back. It's more about just doing damage, leveling out some of the CTs, denying money, but that's not a way to do it as Diha falls into Spinks and 1-on-5. We'll get one not looking the right direction. Now it's just about spamming them out of the backside boxes down. 3 people swing and they don't fall.
That is held from this ENCE roster.
Oh, wow, I like this. forZe finally starting to respond with some aggression of their own as forZe goes straight in through ramp. There's been so many rounds where ENCE don't do anything here, and now they're getting punished for it. Norway, Jerry, both at the back of this A site, defending with their lives on the line through the smoke. Norway goes!
Oh!
And Spinks will be able to equalize, but still ENCE and Lobby need to be taken down. Hades doesn't deal the final blow. A 1-on-2 from Spinks. And as he takes him down, it's all up to Shalfie, the star of the show, the new recruit. And they're both trying to play around the timing. He walks into lobby.
Wow.
Spinks has got the angle on top of the blacktop, but looks away. Timing. And Shalfie comes out. Right? I mean, it was yeah, sure, somewhat impressive T-side on Ancient, but not enough, though, right? And they might not even come out with this round.
Yeah, I mean, it's still pretty comfy if you're walking away with 7. And, I mean, this could be 8, like you said, potentially here, as they still have that man advantage despite Shalfie looking to take things back into their favor. There's enough time here to reposition elsewhere. Nori? Well, he's clearing out angles. Expecting him to be in ramp. Reality is everyone towards that outer yard doesn't realize it, though. And he will turn his attention back in towards lobby. There's 4 players to deal with here for Nori. Finds a first, and he will fall off. It's equalized now. And Shalfie might look to strike from the hut.
3 seconds, he's just playing in a way such that he can tuck in if things start to go awry. Flash thrown through, but it's not blind anybody up, leaving it all up to Norway and ENCE. They both try to walk through it. Spotted out by Hades off, but a kill has continued to be brought through. He's doubled down, but there's a smoke blocking the mini player. You gotta wait for at least a second coming through, not looking the right way. ENCE's gotta pull this one off. He knows where the last man is, pulling out the Tech 9 as the AK's run out of bullets. He's gonna drop in the nade as well, trying to use the utility he still has. It's so close and tense in this 1-on-1. The flash doesn't blind him up. Madden continues to use this utility, just playing for the timer at this point. But ENCE's got the clutch, and forZe will end up coming out on top with an 8th.
Hard fought clutch right there in forZe. I mean, it's a small silver lining to look for. An 8-7 half up against ENCE on the T side. I mean, they're hopping into their favorite half here. Yes.
Right?
I ain't gonna judge. Although you might want to be careful with the angles, that's for sure. Here, what is that though? Shalfie, confidence exuding, and see you later. DL through the fire and the flames. What a phenomenal opener. That's the rifle capability that Shelfie can bring to the table for this forZe roster. And man, oh man, did it look pretty.
Funny enough, health is still in the favor of of ENCE, but not anymore. As Hades has been dropped, and now looks a bit more worrisome. forZe trying to lock themselves into another tie game, do what ENCE couldn't on that T side over an Ancient. And if they do, then they'll send ENCE home. Surprisingly so, 2-0.
So have to deal with a player in secret. Lining up a couple of kills here could be big. Spinks staying alive, finds another in that low HP bar right behind him. He might have just clawed this back. And forZe, it looked like they had such a hot start with Shelfie opening things up, so already following suit. But now it would have been terrifying. But they hold their positions now. A minute left to work off of, and it just seems like they're going to commit towards just a bomb site. They got a molly, likely going to head in towards the top of hut with the current position of Shelfie. They're ready to pop out of this door. Maybe they can catch him off guard here, potentially, with the numbers.
Yeah, but again, timing is everything as the Molotov comes through alongside Smokes. Madden might just swing, trying to play anti-flash. They all line up for him. But they're lucky he only walks away with one. They continue to lock in these one-for-one trades, and now hold on a second.
Oh, no.
Or maybe not, walking back into the molly. They know where Shelfie was. Again, another clutch situation. And you gotta wonder, right? It almost seemed like Norway was waiting for his teammate to come in through mini. Why is Shelfie going all the way around there? Seems like he's consistently not really playing with his team in some of these rounds.
Yeah, very unfortunate in the reposition right there. I'm with you. He could have collapsed in towards Mini. Might be a little bit of nerves showing up. He doesn't really want to take too many aim duels. He has to punch in those numbers, but Hades is looking to deny that. There's 6 seconds, 5 now. He doesn't have enough time. He's just going to simply stick the bomb. No, instead he falls off. He's going to save once again. Shelfie. And then closing out the rest with the supporting staff here. No, Russian coming through. This is so much more fast-paced. Madden gonna go straight for the fences here, dropping 2 immediately. Nori is already watching from the sidelines as the rest are pressured. Another kill, and no, that's Hades that robs it. And now answers are back. They've found success. 2v2. This is workable, and Madden knows there's one limited on ammo. He's been spotted out. He's only got 2 bullets left.
He's dead to right, and it leaves it all up to Snappy in this 1-on-2. He has all the info on where both of the remaining players are, but it's akin from what forZe know. Waiting out this Molotov's expiration. It looks like, are they going to go down lower? No, they're not. Just trying to play this timer once again. Apparently, they don't know where Snappy's coming in from. A big question mark as to where he's going to try to approach through. And depending on the timer, he can shut down this bomb in Tetris. He'll spot it, but no dice when it comes to the kill feed. Dropping in the utility and nade molly combo as he swings through. The flashbang not there. Yet a player looking.
Are seriously looking to take things into overtime right now against an ENCE that has looked incredible. On the CT side, and no way you start things off with a spam like that. Jerry has delivered an opening with the help of Shelfie to finish the job. And Madden forced to watch from the sideline in an all-important round.
Kills, kills, kills. Continue to come through right now. And so they just keep getting decimated in these one-on-one. Spinks and Snappy to try to deny this from being an actual reality. And it doesn't look like that's going to happen. forZe have done the impossible, down 14-9. They've pulled it on the T side, no less, into overtime. And the animals on Nuke. Seems like they've turned to domesticated ones as they are just getting met every round by untapped force aggression.
Wow, did not expect that at all. Like you said, forZe were limited in their success. We are seeing an adjustment from Hades' position, though. He starts things off into the ramp room. He is going proactive. He does start things off with an opening pick, and Hades, what we talked about, might have been necessary. Being fluid with that AWP, and he has started things off right in OT.
And I still think they're going to need a whole lot
more.
Oh my god.
That.
I mean, for forZe, you're not really relying on winning all of these rounds, but I mean, it's just the tale that stands the test of time, right? When you choke away match point, they always win at the first round in overtime. They always do. It's just a rule of thumb.
Might be that pressure that's lifted off their shoulder. You know, so hungry to close out, so hungry to find that 16 mark. And man, they make it look easy. I mean, Hades, so adaptive on the op. He starts things off in ramp. He ends things in the outer yard. But I think on top of that, forZe were lacking that secondary smoke to allow for safe passage. That would have made things a lot easier.
I don't expect much to come from Norway in this round except death and destruction. Walks through, maybe he gets a headshot. consistent. And honestly, I think that's why you saw forZe come back towards the end, because everybody started firing off and everybody started doing well.
Ooh, yeah. Feeling his position. Support has come through 2 mollies. They don't scare him off at all, though. Deha eventually will fall, of course, to the flames and the pressure of Nori. Caught in the flames, though, is Madden. He has that little advantage there. Can't see as much as he's close to the molly, but Nori still wins that duel nonetheless. And it is a workable position. 40 seconds left onto the clock. Spinks. So many different angles that he will have to worry about soon as that clock continues to dwindle. Where's the game plan? Where's the end goal here for forZe in this advantage? Where do they want to shut things down? They have 2 isolated duels on the A bomb site or B, whatever they choose, but I think they're going to head in towards mini. Might get caught on some timing here, Spinks, as he gets a little bit nervy in holding this position.
18 seconds. They're taking their sweet time with this one as that smoke's heard. Now he's on high alert. He knows where they're coming in through, but Norway with a beautiful headshot annihilates him. And they hear Snappy running up on the rotation. They know he's coming in from this B site. Even coming through vents. That's probably the worst play you could make because it's going to be red for him. Ollie comes through and they know he's already up. So they just want to play this crossfire, a smoke right in front of them. Snappy waits patiently. Molly flash combo to try to get him back into this one. Norby swings off of it with a head turn the wrong way. forZe
prepared for it. Nori going to be flamed off the angle. Ready for the collapse in upon... No, but they dropped the fence actually instead. They changed their pathing. And this is good here because Dial is already forward and positioned.
Still, no smokes to isolate this ramp player, but him missing a shot's going to allow you in a 4-on-4 post plant with a lot of map control in the back of the lanes, but Spinks offers up his shoulder behind the gap of a smoke. Zordy takes it the distance, and forZe will have to pull out this retake, but a bit easier to do, maybe not so much. Keeping it equal, keeping it equivalent. This op is not going to be favorable. It's not the weapon you want for this situation. Snappy waiting for the drop to come through on the site, and Norby was not going to be able to find the angle. As a flash comes through, he turns away just easily in time, hearing all of this info. Dia might be the man to end it. Everybody's playing so smart and patient, and it ends as quick as it starts. ENCE, there was a scare there for a moment that they were going to allow the comeback.
Only CT to deal with in Zordy. The opera on the team, the USP needs to be precise, but he gets stinked off, and it will simply fall out of line. There is no kits as well, so they got to be careful about how they play these retakes.
And with this timer starting to tick away from them, things are going to get a bit messy. They've just got to go for this swing in CT before too long. You can't wait. You can't decide to slow it down. Seems like they were waiting for a flashbang, but it's not coming through anytime soon. A 2 for 2 with a nade bouncing into the mix as well. Hades adds another headshot to the tally mark, and it's looking at a 2-on-3. Half health on both of these remaining retakers, and the bomb not even necessarily planted for jungle, but still for the remainder of this force. A nice shot from Norby, and they want to take down Hades as well, which he'll find. Sticking to the fuse. Snappy's got the frag. Doesn't matter if you find it, Norby, because even though you're stellar...
We've headed into playoffs. Aggression coming through is already caught on the worst timing, but won't get punished for it. He'll stay alive and dives back for a kill himself.
Wow, the fact that this turns out the way it does, I mean, this round starts with Zordy falling to 50 HP, a whiff onto the CT player, and that could have started ENCE off at the opening pick, and then all of their attention would have been drawn over to Kenzie, but since 2 people were distracted on trying to find the CT opera, it looks like they're going to fall because of the 1v1s that were given up. Hades needs to retrieve the bomb. It's stuck on the balcony, and Nade goes over the stairwell for 1 damage on the shrapnel. But now spotted going back into ramp. I don't think he's much longer for this world. Yeah, Norby shuts it.
All things considered, he can work effectively from this position.
This is how you're supposed to play it. Zordy, he's only got to worry about Palace. Even if he finds this Palace player and gets traded out, it's worthwhile because they're just trying to deny this bomb plant. But all this time allowed over. Zordy knows they're coming through in window, but they still find the pick. And now Spinks, hard clear selfie. The A site's open for ENCE to take. A 2-on-3 retake required, and Kenzie makes it a little more doable. But now they know where both of the remaining CTs are. Snappy wants to upgrade his weaponry from the Galil, but Kenzie won't let him get anywhere close to this AWP. Taking the 1v1, baiting out the shots in CT, going wide. But Kenzie is so laser sharp for it. 1-on-1. And he's allowed to tuck in his CT. The op recovered. He's going to have the angle with the smoke deployed in. Tried to catch him behind him, but Norway with a beautiful shot wins it for forZe.
Big in their quarterfinal matchup, 2-0 with a 69 victory, 11-4 half on this map on the T side of Mirage. If they can kick things off correctly, like they have done so far, ENCE could be terrified of what's to come.
Oh, and look at this mid setup they've got. It's going to be so impressive here. As soon as the flash comes through, they're going to start mowing people down at the seams. They haven't cleared out an extra man underpass. And the nade combines for, I thought it was 2, but no, it's just quick annihilation. Making it easy on Straight into the B site, met by a Molotov, but they won't be showing in any respect. In fact, going straight through for the opening pick, now being mounted. Shalfie's the only one here. Somebody's got to shine, and Zorti does like the star he is. Needing more as we're still into a 3-on-3. The Glock equalizes us out, and this bomb's going to be allowed to go down. Extra little bit of utility to sprinkle into the mix and deny this post plant, but making it loud. Kenzie comes in from the apartment. Snappy, he's got an AK, and he's got to defend against the apartment's players single-handedly. Recovered weapon against the world in a 1-on-3. He's got armor, so aim punch won't be a factor, but won't matter when you're going against the op of Zorti anyway. So forZe, a bit shaky on the initial hold, but for the reimbursement, they get 6.
Hold on, steady in the retake. That's the key. Not allowing for that one to get too expensive.
Does, but I really like this setup. I've seen it done before. OG, they commonly do this.
Very good.
So, the only difference is the players, and it looks like so far it's working out well. Shalfie's turned his attention down in towards underpass, which conveyed in perfectly for Kenzie. Alongside that, a leg shot's been connected. forZe, oh my god! Shalfie does his best Batman impression, jumps straight into underpass, and Norway doesn't want to give this one up yet. He slipped the gap. Does he turn around? No, he hears the scope! Tries to 180, but Hades gets the shot off first, and now going into that B site, he's got the bomb on his back and could for very free get this plant down. 2-on-4. And they're trying to keep a couple of CTs in contention at middle. Shalfie's crept out through market door. Hades doesn't look the right way at the right time, though, and this one's done. forZe with 4 off mid and just flashes through them. This would be a huge pick to find.
I mean, they certainly know he's here, right, with all the utility they've expended. And now, yeah, that's exactly what Shalfie does, man. The confidence continues to exude from him. And that puts things in such a better standing here. forZe has limited that effective position there, and Jerry now drops another Madden to the ground. Leaves just 2 and Dihad and Hades left to recover any sort of space here. In a 5v2, what can they gather? They're going to try their luck towards the B-bomb site, but there's 2 incredibly effective players here. And on the op, Zorti will drop 1, Hades falls, and now Dihad. It's a consolation prize on a Nori, but that's it.
Be an extra kill or 2 to stat pad it, but with Zorti hitting shots like that, I'd be worried if I were ENCE, doubling the score now and heading to the T side.
Arrived here for forZe. Starting this round off, though, with a pistol and into what could be a potential B-rush here. I mean, all 4 players heading there in that direction. We see some detours, though, from Shalfie in the underpass. Might be looking to draw some attention away from that bomb site. Doesn't need to do so. There's 2 players and a good crossfire here.
That smoke now expanded. They're going to try their luck. What is Shalfie doing? I wonder if he's just trying to go with connector, maybe catch a flank or 2, but they need to get out of this site initially, and Snappy and Spinks have both picked up 1 apiece. This is what I was talking about over on Nuke, right? Like, he is not really doing it aggro when it comes to taking out of the B site. Spink's not going to be flashed off, and that's big because Shalfie's not able to cross out just yet. He's the one with the bomb. He's the one that they have to shut down. And still staying alive on Catwalk. It's the nade to finish him off. Still another man to pick up that rock. Jerry tucks his way into market. It doesn't seem like they're weary of somebody being this forward just yet, but he doesn't decide to pressure in just yet, knowing that bomb is still in the apartments and still needs to get out. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Jerry, though, continuing to stick around the market door as Spink shuts him down. Again, no bomb plant, and that just means that ENCE could probably go against another eco. Kenzie jumps out. The bomb's dropped outside of it anyway, so he had to pretty much... Yeah, I like that adaptation because in a lot of these rounds where ENCE were able to convert, it was off of like 2 or 3 openers instantly being found, right? So you just slow it down, see what ENCE decide to do. But the answer is nothing, really, and you just kind of get in your own way. Hey, you missed the smoke.
That was intended to go towards the bottom of the connector, but really it just reveals his position, and Shalfie capitalizes off of it. Gets himself in towards a phenomenal ladder room spot in their game plan back in towards the B-bomb site, looking likely. A-ramp aggression coming through, so at least they're going to soon realize this. Hades holding off this connector. They can collapse quickly. A missed top shot from Hades, a rare one, as they look to make their way in towards B. The collapse coming through from Zorti, and it's up to Snappy, to hold down the line with Spinks helping out as well, and oh man, they've done a great job at it.
Well, all piece in the middle to find the opening pick, not waiting for the smoke to go through. Dia tries to take initiative, but he walks straight into the 50 cal bullet of the AWP. A little gap for Maiden to try to exploit, but as the flashbang pops through, the little window of opportunity he had is once ripped from him. Now it's just utility around the board as they look to go up middle into the A side. Jerry's gotten a beautiful kill. You talked about the Krieg, and for good reason, because it's just given forZe a new lease on life.
Well, alright, I mean, just triple entry them right there, and that's how you find yourself a T round after a long last. Got to jump in the gun there in the initial stages, and I feel like ENCE got a little bit jumpy in their 4v5, giving up a lot of fights there. The only one we got to see was Deha dropping there early, and Jerry finding that kill as well. So good stuff from forZe to remain alive here. Like you said, Elise on life. But again, they have to string these together with these 2 saved rifles. Should be good. We'll see if that becomes a reality though. Nor are we going to drop one of them down to 4 HP, but I'll take it.
Well, what do they do here? How do they respond? They've yet to pull extra men on rotation, only expecting it to be this one man. But still are isolating these 1v1s at the A side. It won't matter if you don't pull rotation. If you're not winning your duels, Snappy keeps us honest, and even everybody here for ENCE right now, and this is going to contribute to them potentially converting this round. They've taken down that nasty lurker over at the B site, so they are in an advantageous retake. You still got Zorti to worry about with his AWP. He can be so deadly swinging through. With the wide swing, catches him in Dia. Catches the head to put it all up to Norby in a 1-on-3. 2 from CT, 1 from middle.
Been a clutch man all throughout this series here, Spinks. First one to handle, and the peak coming through too quick, and it's back to owning ways shortly after success. And again, this back and forth continues, and if it continues to come through, then ENCE are going to be the ones in the lead there to close things out with the 16th round. Positioning inside of connector. Blindsided though, Spinks can catch one back turn. Kinsey hasn't shown, but finally will. Zorti available for the trade though, and it's a quick 4v4 found out.
That's beneficial for forZe too, because that's one of the rifles being dropped. One of these players still weakened up when it comes to the rifle category. In fact, just an MP9. Still slow and steady. Very isolated though. I'm uncomfortable with how this looks for forZe. Because there's a lot of 1v1s being offered, right? 1 connector, 1 ramp, soon to be 2, but Jerry fell there. Things were going to turn from bad to worse through the ticket boost. Spam goes both ways. Better, though, for the likes of ENCE, who do more damage.
Recovery being made here. Deha trying to create some space here. Another player joining up in CT spawn. The flashman going to come through to force Hades off, but he does find a kill in the meantime. Plant is safe as Zorti holds down the line. Aggression coming through from Hades, diving through the smoke. Looking to find 2 more kills, but Zorti's been so consistent.
Oh, I don't know if they spotted the man on bench here. And there goes Hades. That was your real only win condition. Now I wonder if he just takes the op and tries to save it away. Shelfie, though, as he falls, a new chance is granted. Knowing he's a connector, but Zorte doesn't miss. A 4K side of ENCE. Able to get all the way out towards ticket. The only reason they know somebody is in triple is because of the reload being heard. This bomb is soon going to go down. And at that point, things are going to start to get tough for ENCE, who have no kits right now. They have to play this timer to perfection. Look at how far up Norway's been allowed to get. Dia falls for the opening pick around this smoke. Playing is Snappy. A barrel spotted. And it looks like forZe may have just closed out the event, taking it by storm. 3 kills for